Right, let's just wait for some to come on. I've got a different camera angle today, so we'll see how this works. There we go. I just thought I'd do a different camera angle because I'm going to try something new. Let me turn that off. That's a bit better. So I'm looking up there to my iPad, so please forgive me. I'm doing a different angle because I'm going to share the finished cards with you in front of me, and I just felt it would be nicer looking done at this angle rather than just looking down on the desk all the time. So I'm hoping that is coming across. Just give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Oh, coming in now. So so you nearly forgot, Francis. Oh, that's no good, is it? But do remember, if you have missed, you know, you can go back and you can watch this over on the Pink Frog website. If you go along Craft Alongs with Claire and Dawn, and you go to the date, you can see the video embedded in there after we've gone live. And also over on the Pink Frog YouTube channel. So if you haven't already subscribed to the Pink Frog YouTube channel, it's all right, my brain went then, please do. So just press the thumbs up and press subscribe, and then every time there's new videos going on the YouTube on the Pink Frog YouTube channel, let's put my teeth back in, you'll be notified. And the nice thing is, at the moment, that the lovely Kimberly from Pink Frog has been uploading some older shows from Create and Craft and Hochanda and the Craft Store. So it's great to watch back on those because you'll see the lovely techniques. So Hazel's on there, I'm on there, Claire's on there. So you can watch back shows, see some of the techniques, see some of the card folds that we do. So it's a great watch if you're still looking for something to watch. So I've finished rabbling, I think. I've got a few of you in now. So today, I wanted to talk to you today about this lovely card size. Let me take this out. Now, you will remember from last week that I did with you, in old money as we call it, the Pink Frog Portrait 7x5 card. So this week, and I've got all the lovely colours there. I have got all of them there. Oh, hang on. I'm going to drop them. It's because I'm not used to flicking and sharing. Right, so this time we're going to do the, in old money, the 5x7, which is the 18x24 centimetres unscored card. And this will give you a 5x7 portrait. So you've got the lovely, I'm using the tonal kit here today, and I'm using the tonal kit for a reason, because we're going to do the bleach technique today with our technique in our card that we're going to do. So this is the paper pack that I'm going to be using. So with this, we've got that lovely pale pink or light pink. We've got light brown. We've got the grey. And then we've also got the dark grey. And this pack comes as a pack of, let me just check, a pack of 100 card blanks. You're going to get 25 of each of the colours. And this is the 18x24 centimetres. And this is $23.99. Kimberly will leave all the links up there, so you can check on all the links. Hello, Claire. The lovely Claire's joined us as well. That's fabulous. So you'll see the card pack there. We do this size in lots of other colours, but I'm going to be using the tonal kit, so I wanted to share that with you. Now, at Pink Frog, we give you unscored card, as you know, but we don't leave you high and dry. We also give you, I'm going to flash it quickly, your lovely crib sheet. So you've got that crib sheet to do at least 10 different folds of cards. Okay, so today I'm not going to do all the 10 folds of cards. Let me just have a quick sip of my tea, because I'm going to share with you some of the finished cards from the design team. because the lovely design team, Karen and Heather, have made me some finished samples for today. So I thought I would share them with you. So let's wheel through a few of these. So Karen has done this one. This is a double gatefold. Now I'm hoping I've got the camera just at the right angle. So let's see if this is coming, or I need to just tilt. I need to just tilt a little bit. So you can see that double gatefold. Now normally your double gatefold opens that way. But Karen this time has used it the other way to give that lovely panel on the front, so it stands out and you've got that nice big place to work on. You will also see that she's used the Pink Frog, the new Christmas stamps that we've got here as well. So that is your double gatefold. We will share images of these over on the Pink Frogs Inspirations page as well, so I'll put those on after we've had our live, and I'm sure Kim will share those as well. Okay, so that's your double gatefold. So now let's go to a normal gatefold. This one's done by Heather. So you can see the elegance. And all these cards have been made with the tonal kit. So you can see the matting and layering, how you can add that addition to it. So that's your gatefold. These are all going to go in the same size envelope, because basically we're looking at a 5 by 7 inch in old money card blank. I've got a Z-fold card here. Now, I think it was Sue last week that said she likes the Z-fold the best. So here's a quick Z-fold card. I made this one. I thought this would make a lovely sympathy card, because you've got that fabulous embossing. Can you see that gorgeous embossing on that great card, on that grey card? And if I just turn it on the reverse, you can even see the deboss. It embosses an absolute dream. Give me a thumbs up if you're liking the embossing, because I think that is amazing. And again, on the front here, you'll see the bleach technique. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. But this cardstock is really good for that too. All your tonal cardstock is 290 GSM. Here we've got a side gatefold. So this is the nice thing about having the unscored card. It means that you can choose how you want to have your card blank. So again, it's going to fit in your envelope, no problem at all. And then when we peek inside, you've got that lovely sentiment in there, but just matting that pale or that light pink on top of the grey. It makes a lovely change to have a coloured card. So that is your side gatefold. Now let me bring in a pop-out card. Now we made a pop-out card last week, didn't we? I did a pop-out card with you with the portrait, the landscape version of the 5 by 7. We did a pop-out card, so it's right. I'm trying to catch up if there's any comments coming through. So this is the lovely pop-out card. You can see you're just going to use 2 card blanks for that. And this is over stamped. So what the lovely Heather's done here, she's used the super smooth to make the card base. She's matted on with the dark grey and then gone over the top with the lighter grey and then stamped and used ink on there as well. So that's your pop out. Now let's bring in a trifold. Okay, trifold. These are fabulous. Now, someone was asking on Pink Frog's Inspiration about making an aperture card. And I'll try and squeeze that in at the end of the hour. Okay, just to show you how you can do your aperture cards. But trifolds are brilliant for that. And if I just turn it that way as well, you can see those lovely new Christmas stamps. Karen's heat embossed those there. So that's your trifold. We've got an easel card. All these card folds are going to come with your card blanks. So don't forget that. You're going to get those with your card blanks. So you haven't got to worry at all. So we've got the lovely easel. So this is using 1.5 cards. But I think you will agree it looks amazing, doesn't it? Just in that different colour card. This is in the light brown. But the nice thing is, fold it down and it's flat for posting as well. There's a couple of other folds I haven't got round to finishing off. This one is the little pocket one that you can put a gift card in. And then obviously on all the card folds that we bring you, we always bring you a cheeky stepper. This is a blank of the stepper so you can see what that looks like. But again, it's all that same size. And I'm going to bring in the card that we're going to be doing in our craft along today. So I hope you've gathered all your supplies. So this one is, I'm calling it a gatefold pop out, I think, because we've got the gatefold at the front. I've seen this done so many times, but can you see if I bring it to the side, we're going to make all these layers that pop out. And because you've got all those layers that pop out, it stands nicely on its own as well. But it's just a real mantelpiece pleaser, because you've got, that's going to be a card that's going to be open on your mantelpiece. That's going to be a real mantelpiece pleaser. But the nice thing is, you bring it all up and you've got that gatefold, so it's nice and flat again for posting. Okay, so you've got all that going. So I'm going to flip the camera around now. So you've seen all the different folds that you can do, and you're on that sheet, you're going to get 10, but we always like to bring you something different with the lives. So I'm going to pop the camera up the top, and then we can get started with our craft along. So just bear with me. I hope I don't give you a headache. So let me bring that in, and I think, am I upside down? No, I'm not upside down. I thought I was upside down then. Oh, it is upside down. Let me turn it round this way. That's better. That's because I was trying to be clever to show you the card blanks. That's it. You can just see my mat going on here. So this is the card that we are going to be looking at, which is the lovely pop out one. So let me get my scoreboard out. Now the scoreboards, if you still haven't picked up a scoreboard yet, we've got the Crafter's Companion scoreboards back in stock if anybody is after one. The nice thing about these are, this is the Score Master, so it's not too big. It's good A4 size, as in you go up to just about 21 centimetres. But you've got centimetres one side, and you've got your inches the other side. And this is good to put in your craft bag if you're a crafter on the go. But we're going to work with the centimetres. Okay, so let me bring a sheet of my cardstock in. I'm going to go, for my base card, I'm going with the dark grey. All right, so I can look at my crib sheet, and I'm doing my gatefold. So I'm going to do, can't see the numbers very well at this light. There we go. We're going at 6 centimetres, and we're going to go at 8 centimetres. Okay, so let me just move my scoreboard out the way, get my bone folder, and we're going to give these a burnish. Now, some people have asked what bone folder I use. I'm using the Cool Cats Teflon one. Pink Frog sell these, and you can pick these up for $15.99. Okay, so if you haven't got one, these are brilliant. And another nice thing that Heather on the design team pointed out is when you use one of these, because it's not plastic, when you're burnishing, you don't get any shining on the card. Sometimes with plastic bone folders, you get that shiny look, but with these, you don't. So that is another plus, if you like, in my book. So that's our card base done. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to do a bit of trimming. So let me bring in all my elements. Now what I have done, I'm going to pop this to one side. What I have done is I've done you a measurement sheet. So you can craft along. This is a craft along, by the way, so you can do it with me. So I've done the measurements in centimetres, and I've also done them in inches. And I will share these over on Pink Frog's Inspirations. So if you're not there on Pink Frog's Inspirations, do sign up and join. It's a lovely little community. But I'll leave that there for a moment. So if you're watching this back, you can just screenshot it as well. So that's our base card. Okay. So the next thing we now need to do is to do some chopping. So we need some more cards. So this time I'm going to go in with the light brown. Okay. Let me bring in some of that. We're going to have one of those. Probably need two. And I'm going to cut and I'm going to score with you, as this is a craft along. So I'm using the Crafter's Companion trimmer today. We've got these in stock. So the trimmers, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Kimberly, you can give me a shout out here. Can you tell me the price on these the trimmers from Crafter's Companion, because we've got these back in stock, haven't we? So if anybody's after them, they're nice because you've got your inches and your centimetres, so you're covered for everything that you are going to need. All right, so we're going to cut some panels. So the first panel we are going to cut, I'm going to do this in centimetres, and then I'm going to share with you what I've done, and I've done centimetres and inches, but I'm just going to read out the centimetres instructions as we go along. So the first one I'm going to cut is 11, and I'm going to have that. Oh no, I need to cut that the other way round. Bear with. We cut it this way round. Don't do what I've just done. Cut it this way. Live telly. There we go. It's $17.99 for the trimmer, and that's free postage on that as well. So have your card round this way and go in at 11 centimetres, because you're going to do 11 centimetres by 21 centimetres. And then your next one is going to be 9 centimetres. No, there we go. Let's take this one. Will this one do it? Not quite enough. Let me get another piece of card. I've kept this card all with the tonal pack because I think it just all complements beautifully. So have I jumped one? We've done 11. No, we're doing 9. So we've done 9 centimetres by 19 centimetres. And then our last one is going to be 7 centimetres by 17. Okay. So I'm going to pop the panels on the desk so you can quickly see. So we've got 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so you've got your larger one, which is your 21 by 11, 19 by 9 and 17 by 7. And on all of these, you're going to score at 1.5 centimetres and 3 centimetres on each end. So let me get my scoreboard back up and we will do that. Let me find my tools. So we're going to do 1.5 and 3 on each end. Okay. And then on this one, so you're doing that on all 3. Just butt it up to the edge on here. So 1.5 and 3. So don't worry if you're going to tune in a bit later, because this will be available. Oh, where are we? 1.5 and 3. I've got so many lights shining. I couldn't see it just then. So there we go. So that's all of those. And then you know what I'm going to tell you to do in all good fashion is give all those a burnish. Now, people often say, which way do you turn the card when you scored like that? So if you look at the card, can you see you've got the bumpy side? That's the side I fold over on, if you like. So that's my bumpy side, and I fold it over. And then just going along with my bone folder, and we will burnish all those down. So just doing that. Okay. And then our last one. Now, is anybody crafting along with me? Now, that's a question. Do you craft along with us on a craft along, or do you watch and then craft along and watch it back? That would be interesting to know, wouldn't it? I'd love to know what you're all up to. So that is my 3 elements now done. And I'll tell you what, let's get these stuck into our card. So for this, I'm going to go in with my Pink Frog red line tape, and I'm using the 12mm here. So I've got the 12mm in the tape, and I did just get all this out to share with you. Okay, I'll put it here. So the red line tape comes in 12, 9 and 6 meters, and you know with our red line tape that you get 30 meters on each roll, and it's got a nice plastic roller in the middle. So if, like me, you are a crafter on the go, the thing about it is I've had cheaper ones before from craft fairs, and it gets squashed and I end up throwing the roll away before I've actually used it. But with the Pink Frog tape, I must say I use all of them. Now, you can buy the bundle with them all together, but also on the website, if you go on there, you do have an option to just purchase the one that you wish. So they all vary in size. I think they're starting at £2.50. Okay, I could be wrong. I know Kimberly will correct me with the pricing if I am wrong. Okay, and I'm just putting tape on that last piece of each one. Okay, and I'll do my last one. See, this is true craft along. We're doing it in real time. I might have to speed a little bit up because I think I'm running a bit behind, but we'll be fine. As long as you're all happy to watch me and listen to me waffling on, that's the main thing. So our last one there. Now, you know with your red line tape, you know what I'm going to tell you to do, and I do it a lot for those that already know me. But I know we have new crafters tuning in all the time. Okay, so I like to just let you know. So, yes, that's your red line tape. You've got all the different sizes that you need. So where's my bone folder? So you're going to use your bone folder a lot. Now, if you just give that a rub with your bone folder, what you're doing is you're pushing the glue from the back of the plastic backing into the fibres of the paper. Okay, so it not only does it help because it squashes it into the fibres of the paper, but also it helps when we are removing it. So that is another thing that does. So let's bring that down there. Okay, so we've got those bits now. And I'll tell you what, let's stick these in here already. Should have perhaps gone with the grey instead of the brown, but it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to take that backing off that one. And what you're going to do is you're going to stick this right to the bottom. So this is the bottom of my card. You're going to centralise it. I'm just eyeballing. But if you want to measure it, feel free. So that's going to go there. So when that comes down, it's going to look like that. So to pop that up, this is how we're going to attach it. So we've stuck that bottom piece down on there. This piece, you've got tape on one and not on the other. Going to remove the tape off this top piece. Okay, I've got a bit of tape stuck to me finger there. You're going to now go to your second score line, fold that all the way under, flatten this out. So I've got my hand still under here where the tape is, and then lay that down and then give that a burnish. So then when we lift this up, can you see you've got that going on? So we'll do the same with the next one. Tape off the bottom one. Bring that into the middle here. So we're on the second score line. Okay, so you're on that score line there. Take that one off. Now this is where you could do, I've done 3 levels. You could do just 2 levels if you wish. You don't have to do all 3 levels. The choice is entirely yours. But I've done all my measurements for 3. And we shared the card to say I'll be doing 3. So that is what we are going to do. So then the last one on here. Burnish that down. Take our last one off the top. Fold the second one down. Lay that down. And give that a burnish. So there's the mechanism of our card all complete. So I can now lay that to one side while we start getting messy. Well, not overly messy. We're not getting overly messy. So I've done a little sort of sample for you. So we're looking at the bleach technique today, and you would have seen us doing it on the telly. And I wanted just to share with you how the bleach reacts on the different colour card that you've got in your tonal kit. Okay, so you can see all the different colour cards I've got there. I'm just tidying up as I'm talking to you, so you can see how it reacts, how it works, because the bleach does different things on different colour cardstock. Because basically what we're doing is we're bleaching out the colour is what we're doing. All right, I've got some elements already made for me. There we go. That's all good. There we go. Right, I'm happy with that. So now, depending on what bleach you use, things work differently. Now, I got the bleach that I'd used from the telly when I was down there with the telly doing this show. And for some reason, whether it was because it had been open or aged, it gone very yellowy. A bit similar to the one on the dark grey here. But it had done this on all of the colours. And I thought that's not the effect that I really wanted. So I had to play about with different bleaches. And what I've come up with is the one that I prefer to work with. Shouldn't really say the name, but just your kitchen bleach. Just what I'm using in the kitchen every day when I'm wiping down in the kitchen. So I've just got myself a little glass pot and just sprayed some in there. The other nice thing about it is I use this in the kitchen all the time. So I'm wiping down with my cloth and everything else, and it's not damaging my hands. So I know that I'm going to be all right for crafting. Yes, please be safe and don't share it around the children. But the nice thing is you haven't got to be overly concerned with yourself with using this and putting gloves and things like that on. So that is the bleach I'm going to be using. So before we make a start, we're going to do some heat embossing. So I've cut here. So while I'm doing my heat embossing, I'm going to lay these out for you so you can see the measurements. Let me bring that down a little bit of some of the card that we've got. So I'm going to lay that out there so you can see what we've got while I go ahead and cut myself some card. So let me get some card here to do the heat embossing. I'm going to work on this one here, which is 10 centimetres by 6 centimetres. Okay, so that's going to be my decorative panel, and that is the wrong colour card that you want, Dawn. This is the colour card that I want. So I'm going to go, let's start with 6. And then I'm going to have one at 10. And then I'm going to use my little corner rounder just to round the corners of this. Why does that looks bigger in my hand than it does over there, but it's not. Isn't that strange how it looks so different? So that is that one. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do some pink because I want you to see it on different elements. So let's do a 5.5. I have pre-prepared some of my panels, but we'll do some because I want to share with you. So we'll do a 5.5 by 17.5. As I say, I will share all these measurements over on the Pink Frog Inspirations. Okay, so social media. So let's just take that away. It's all right, someone's trying to call me. That's very annoying, just as we're in the middle of everything. So I'm going to get my stamping platform. And I've got my grey, and the stamps I'm going to be using today are the Lily stamps, and also for the sentiments I've used my typewriter sentiments. If you're wondering how to make the little storage folders that we use here, the ones that Hazel designed, if you go to Pink Frog's Inspirations, there is a video there that shows you how to do them. And the stamps at the moment are all $15.95, and of course with that you'll get your free delivery. So let's take out our Lily one, and I'm going to use this one for my centerpiece. So let's pop this, I won't put it right close to the edge, on my mat, and then I'm going to just position that in its place. Take that off. If you're needing a stamping platform like this, again, Pink Frog have these. I'm sure we have these in stock, don't we, Kimberly? I'm sure she'll share a link or the price. So if you haven't already purchased one, they're really good. Now I'm using just a duster brush here, so this has just got some corn flour in it. It's called an anti-static bag, because when we pick up cardstock, you're going to get all the oils from your fingers on there. So by just dusting it with a anti-static bag, it takes away that the oils. And then I'm going to be using some Versamark. This is a watercolour stamp. When you buy yours brand new, it's not this colour. It's this colour because I'm using it on stamps that I've used black with. Now, I know Pink Frog don't have this brand, but they do have the Wow embossing pad. So if you're after an embossing pad, grab one because they last ages and you do use them a lot. Brilliant for heat embossing. So you're just going to do lots of little light taps, and then when we put that over and press it down, it leaves like a sticky residue. Okay, but you do see what's called a watermark. Now, I do like to stamp twice when I'm heat embossing. Now, can you see that sort of watermark look? Now, that looks fabulous on cards anyway. You can do that watermark look. But I like to just always stamp twice. So I'm going to go in again. Okay. There we go. And then I need to, so I've got my crib sheet here with all what I'm using. So I'm going to fold that over in half. I'm going to take that carefully just in the corner, and then I'm using some white embossing powder. Now again, Pink Frog are carrying the Wow white embossing powder. You can get it in two sizes. There is a 15mm size, which is £3.50, and there is also 160 size as well. So you've got two there. Now, can you see I've just touched that with my finger and I've got some powder where I didn't want it. So I'll just dust that off there. Always put your powder back in its pot. So let me pop the lid on the pot before that goes flying everywhere, and put the lid back on there before that goes flying everywhere. And then I'm going to go in with a heat gun, so just bear with me for a minute. If there's a lot of noise, I'll try and get it warmed up away from the microphone on the phone. So there we go. So when you're heat embossing, just hold it steadily close by and you'll see the colour change. So we're going with whites. There we go. So round and round we go, and you'll see that lovely colour coming up. Doesn't that look absolutely amazing? And you've got, it's all ridged, it's all it's embossed, it's come up. Okay, so this technique by doing your heat embossing is brilliant if you're doing watercolor, because what you can do is with watercolor you can then do a wet on wet technique in your watercolor. So I'm going to pop that lily stamp away, and I'm going to pick another one up. So I'm going to put that to one side, and I'm going to take one of our pink panels that we had. Okay, and this time I'm just going to stamp in a VersaFine Claire. I've got Morning Mist here, so I'm just going to pop it on there. So Morning Mist VersaFine Claire is it's a grey. Grey is a lovely colour to stamp with, and of course with the tonal collection that we've got here, it just complements it absolutely beautifully. So lots of light little taps, and I'm going to just stamp that down there. Okay, and then I'm going to just whiz that round the other way here. Now VersaFine Claire does stay a little bit wet a little bit longer, so I will just give that a little whiz with my heat gun just to dry it off, because we're going to do some bleaching. So let me just dry this off. There we go, that will do. All right, let's just move that stamp out the way. Put that back in its place. I'll give that a clean afterwards. Okay. So let me move my stamping platform out of the way. So we've got some on the two different colour cardstocks here, because this is what I wanted to share with you, how it works. So you'd ascend straight away with the bleach, that it does work like a different colour in whatever way you're using it. If there's any questions at all, please do ask. I'm not seem to be getting many comments coming up, but that's fine, as long as everyone's happy. Right, I've got myself just a watercolour pen here. You could use a paintbrush, doesn't matter. But what I've done is I've tied some cord around it, so I know this one is for my bleaching. That's just for my reason. That's just my way of doing it, just so I know it's all separate. So I've got my bleach in the little pot here, because once you spray it, it just goes very liquid. Okay, so no problem at all. So what I'm going to do is pick up some of the bleach, and I'm going to go inside the channels of the lily where we've heat embossed. So it's coming across, let me bring this up, it's coming across quite wet. And in fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the camera down just a little bit, so bear with me. Let me bring this down as far as I can without it knocking my iPad flying. Don't think I can anymore. Right, I think that's a bit closer, isn't it, for you? So just get your paintbrush, and because it's heat embossed, it's not going to go out of the channels, so you can go on quite wet. And this is what you need to do. You need it to be wet to soak into the paper, to bleach out the colour from the paper. Now, you know at Pink Frog we use very good quality card. So to do this, I'm really soaking this now. So it's keeping in the channels, which is where I want it to go. And I will just bring in a minute one that I've done already. So just I'm just using a water brush, but I haven't got any water in it, if you like. I'm just using that neat bleach, just the kitchen bleach that I use every day to wipe all the worktops and things down. And then if you're very careful, you can go down on the thin piece. Has it gone all... this is where it goes all quiet. I feel I'm going quiet myself. Okay, so I've done one layer. I'm going to leave that to one side. I've done one layer. Now, what I have found out with it, sometimes you're better off doing a couple of layers. So I'm going to go now on. We did just the normal ink on the white colour. And this time I'm just going to be very careful to paint in the lines again. I'll do a little bit and then I'll bring it up. So I'm just painting it in again with my brush. Okay. Yes, it's gone all quiet. This is a fabulous technique to do, and it's perfect with the tonal kit because it looks really nice on the pink as well as the greys and brown. Now I'm going to bring this one up to the camera to show you a bit closer. So this is one layer of bleach, and if I bring the one in beside it, this is 2 layers of bleach. So what I'm going to do now is, now this has had a bit of time to dry, I'm now going to give it a second coat. Now you can heat dry it and then do a second coat, or you can just do as I'm doing and go straight on. Now you can heat dry even though it's bleach. Please don't have your heat gun so close. I wouldn't want any accidents. But I gave mine a little waft over and it was absolutely fine. Just don't go too close to it. We don't want any accidents happening. So just give that another little go over. Gone off the lines there, but that doesn't matter. And I'm going to do the same on this one. So even over VersaFine Clear, that is not making that VersaFine Clear run at all. That is keeping it in its place where it needs to be. And I tell you what, let me pop that to one side, and I will just heat set this for you so you can see the difference. Now, can you see the difference? So we've got the one that we've done the double bleach, and that's had nothing at all. And you can see the difference going on here with the colours. It just looks absolutely amazing. So I'm not going to bleach all my panels, but I will bring in what I've done, because I have prepared some earlier because I was concerned that time might slip away. So I've got my edge there that's going to go on there. I've got my panel like I've just done. I've done 2 of those. And I've also done it on that lighter colour as well. Okay, so we can start assembling this together. I'm going to move these ones that are slightly wet out of the way. And then before I finish off, I'm going to bring in my typewriter sentiments, so we can pop some sentiments on here. Now, the typewriter sentiments are lovely. These are $15.95. And the nice thing is about them, they're nice and they're not too fussy. Okay, so they're perfect for this. Now, I'm going to use With Love. Now, With Love isn't necessarily going to fit. Let's go that way around. It's not going to fit on my panel, but it will if we stamp it carefully. So I'm just going to go on with some normal ink. Again, I'm going to go in with my Grey Versafine Clair. So because it's too tight, it's too big to go across there, it's not going to fit, I'm going to stagger it. So I'm going to do just With first. So press that down. Just get my ink pad, and all I'm doing is inking up the With. Okay, so just all I've done is inked up With. Press that down, and that's done. And then if I get my microfiber cloth, I can wipe off With, and then I can get my Love and line that up. Okay, press that down, and this time I'm going to ink up the Love. So if ever you think, oh, that's not going to fit on there, it still will work. Okay, so making sure that's on there. If you're concerned you've got any on your other, just get your cloth and just wipe that lettering away. So then we can fold that over, and this is where your stamping platform comes into its own. So we can do With Love with no problem at all. And I'm going to do exactly the same. I think I'm going to do those on the front ones as well. Where's the rest of my panels? I've got that one and that one. So let's do the front of our card as well. Is that all going to fit on? Yes, that'll fit on. So let's do this again. Let me just share with you. In fact, let's not do the With Love now. Let's do Just For You, because you've seen now how I've done that. So let's do Just For You. Now, that is definitely not going to fit. Definitely not going to fit on that panel. Okay, so again, we can stagger it. So let's start off up there. And on this one, I've done the white heat embossing with the bleach on here. So this is where you can really have fun with your stamps with that bleach technique, particularly if you've got the monochrome card from Pink Frog. So you can see you can get it in packs. I'm using the 18 by 24 centimetres here today, which is landscape 5x7. No, not landscape, it's portrait. I used landscape last month. I must say, I think I do prefer the landscape, personally. What's your favourite, landscape or portrait 5x7? Which one do you prefer to use? I'd love to know. I think we'll have to start putting some polls out, Kim. See what they prefer. I'm just curious with how people use them. And please, please, if you crafted along with us, or if you've watched and you've crafted along the day after, please share your makes over on Pink Frog's Inspirations, because we love to see what you've been up to. So again, we've had that long stamp, but you can part stamp it in different areas on your project. Okay, so don't think because I've got a long stamp it's not going to fit on there, because you can. Okay, so let's pop my stamps out the way, and then we'll stick all this together. Where's my card blank? I've put it somewhere really safe. Oh, it's up here, that's why I can't find it. So let's close this up to start with and bring in my glue. So I'm going to use my EVA glue. So I've got my 2 panels. In fact, I'm going to lay it down like that to start with. So I've got my 2 strips here. So these strips that are going on the front, these were 17.5 centimetres by 5.5 centimetres. Okay, I could have made a belly band for this as well. So that's another thing you could quite easily do. All right, so you're going to have 2 of those at that size. Oh, let's just pop that one onto there. And then this is going to close up like that. So let's have just for you on here. So this little size is 17 centimetres by 5. So we've got 17.5 by 5.5 and now 17 by 5. So sticking that on, having that lovely matten layer, it just finishes that off. I'm going to use my bone folder just to disperse the glue, wipe any away that seeps out. But with your glue bottles, you've got no problems at all, because obviously everything... Which way around should we have that one? I did mirror them. Let's just check if I've got it the right way around. That was it, that way. So your glue bottles, I brought mine in here. These are what they look like when they have nothing in them. So where's my other one gone? So these are the anti-clogging glue bottles, and they come in a pack of 2. You've got a thicker nib like this on your yellow one. I think it's a 0.8. Kim will correct me. And then it is... Which way around? Yeah. And then I think it's 0.5 on the blue one. The blue one is even finer. So perfect for your die cuts, or if, like you saw Claire doing the other day when she was die cutting little sentiments out, it's perfect for sticking those on. So that's what they look like when they've got no glue in them. But they're nice and really squidgy. So if you do have dexterity problems, they are a godsend. Absolutely. So those are, we've got those in stock at the moment, and they are, let me just check, they're 14, 40, 49 for your anti-clog glue bottles. And once you've tried them, you won't go back. I can just tell you, you won't go back. Lots of ladies that I run classes for now use them. They are absolutely amazing. And you don't use as much glue either. That is the other thing, because you've got the EVA glue, which is a quick grab. And obviously it's acid and lignin free. It's perfect. Thank you, Kim. Kim said I am right. So the yellow one is 0.8 and the blue one is 0.5. So it is tiny. So... really good. And then just going in with that bone folder, See, because you've got that nice rounded end on there, it is brilliant. So the bone folders, these are sort of the tools that I use every day, all day, is just go back to every time. So I've done my little panel for the front, and that measurement was 10.5 by 6.5. So that's just going to go on my top layer just there. Okay, and then I've got my finished one that's dry, and that is 10 centimeters by 6 centimeters. So that one can go on the top just there as well. Now don't forget to wipe your glue bottle nozzles before you put them in. And if you do have a problem that you go to undo it and it's resisting, please don't pull it. Okay, don't pull it, because all you're going to do is damage it. Because the glue it is itself, that's why we always say wipe the ends. So if you get to this stage and it's not going anywhere, unscrew the whole thing like that, and just pop that in a glass of water for about half an hour. Doesn't matter if it's hot water, cold water. Pop it in a glass of water for half an hour, and then you'll be able to release everything. You can wipe and dry off, reattach it, and you're good to go. Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping while I thought about it. So there is our pop out stepper card. I don't know what we call it, a gatefold pop out. Let's call it a gatefold pop out. There it is, all done. You've got that nice detail going on there. You've got the fabulous bleaching effect. It looks amazing just on the pink with that grey ink pad. It looks absolutely fabulous. And then as your centerpiece with that white embossing powder. Don't forget, if you haven't got any white embossing powder, do get some, because it is a go-to time and time again. It is brilliant. So folds nice and flat for postage. I could have made a belly band as well if I wanted to, but that's going to go flat for postage. So it's a great idea for your Christmas cards as well. And then when you open it up, you've got that going on. So I'm going to take the camera back down so I can just talk to you before I go. Let me turn that around. Oh, look, you can see my messy craft room. Let's move that out of the way. This is what I use to hold my phone up when I'm doing my lies over the desk. So I hope you've enjoyed today's card. The words are all going to be around the wrong way now because I've just flipped it. So that is the card that we made. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed also looking at the fabulous cards that the design team made as well. Shall I bring a couple of more of these back up just to give you some ideas? I will share them over on Pink Frog's Inspirations. So I know the wording's around the wrong way. Don't take any notice of the wording. Just so I would share with you. So we've got easel. We've got the lovely trifold. Okay, we've got the pop out. I was going to do an aperture, wasn't I? I was going to cut an aperture on the trimmer. I've run out of time really now. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick video and share it over on Pink Frog's Inspirations. I can't remember the lady's name who asked what sort of trimmer you need. You don't need the guillotine, you need the trimmer like I have just used. So they're the cards. Now the lovely Claire will be with you on Monday, and she is going to be making frames. Now I know a lot of you like frames and always ask how they're going to be made. So Claire is going to be there doing a little masterclass, if you like, on putting frames together. I am going to be back with you next Wednesday. And next Wednesday, I haven't made any samples yet because my post only arrived today. Do you want to see what I've got in my post for next Wednesday? Let's just share with I'll share one bit with you. I won't give it all away. So this is for next Wednesday's craft along. I'm taking it out of the packaging. Is that you? So I'm going to be making boxes. So we're going to be looking at boxes. So if you're a crafter that sells things on a craft stall and you need little gift boxes for jewellery or things like that, if you're wanting boxes for Christmas presents as well, but you don't want to go in the shops and pay £5 for a silly little box, I'm going to show you how to make some really quick and simple boxes. Now, put your sunglasses on. Be ready for this because I'm going to show you this. Oh my word, what do you think of that? Now, many of you know that we do the rainbow mirror. This is the gold version. So look at that. It's bringing up all my lighting. You can just, isn't that amazing? So that is what I am going to be using next Wednesday. So I've just taken it out the packaging. So I'm going to be making some boxes with this. So do tune in next Wednesday at 4 and I will be back here. And watch the lovely Claire on Monday at 4 as well. And if you've missed part of this and come in, Pink Frogs Inspirations, go on the website and you can go to Pink Frogs Inspirations, rewatch back. You can go on Pink Frogs Cards and Crafts website and watch it on there under the Craft Alongs with Claire and Dawn. And you can also go to Pink Frog YouTube channel and it will be over there as well. So you're not going to miss it. So even if you want to come back next week and think, oh, what was that bleach technique Dawn did? You can come back and watch it and still craft along with me. So thank you all for tuning in. Sorry I've overrun just a little bit tonight. And I look forward to seeing you next weekend. Bye.